This is so funny because I don't know if you heard this rumor, but there was this rumor going around that Doug Christie was suing Chris Webber for $4.6 million because of the paternity of Jackie Christie and Doug Christie's child. So that was the rumor, that Chris Webber was really the father.
The truth that shattered Jackie Christie's world. Chris Webber didn't walk into court like a celebrity looking for attention. He came in quietly, holding a small envelope, but what he carried inside was powerful enough to stop everything cold. Jackie Christie, her husband Doug, and their daughter Chantel had no idea what was coming. The courtroom was already full of tension, but Chris's evidence changed everything in an instant. And when the truth finally came out, it didn't just shake the room, it tore a family apart.
And this is crazy to come up at this big age of this child. She's in her 30s.
And so this rumor was so rampant that my girl Keys was at my house and she was like, did you hear that Doug Christie and I was like, wait, I don't know about, because anyway, Chris Webber, who normally would not address such a thing, went on social media and said this.
That's why I'm going to give this friendly reminder to some of my friends out there that you can't believe everything you read, see, or hear on the internet. Especially when they're all lies. No proof, just made up lies. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to issue my one and only advisory. If you have a platform and you have content with my name attached to lies, take it down now.
For years, Jackie Christie fought hard to protect her family's image. One rumor followed her like a shadow, that Doug might not actually be Chantel's biological father. Jackie always insisted that wasn't true. Doug was her husband, the father of her child, and the love of her life. She dismissed any whispers about another man, especially Chris Webber, as just hateful gossip. She said that even talking about another possible father was disrespectful to her marriage. But people kept talking.
And to those that started the rumor, that started the lies and then continued to spread the lies, I dare you not to take it down. I dare you to repeat a lie. You're not going to defame my name. And of course the lawyers are in action. Of course the lawyers are in motion and are motivated.
Chris Webber's name came up more and more. He wasn't just someone Jackie had crossed paths with. He was there when she first moved to Los Angeles, someone she was seen with often. Some even said their connection went deeper than they ever let on. Still, Jackie denied everything and painted herself as a loyal wife and devoted mother. But behind the scenes, things were cracking. Chantel started asking questions, real ones. She didn't want family stories or denials. She wanted truth.
My brother from the Fab Five, Chris Webber, name is in the news now. And Chris Webber has a video out now where a lot of stuff he's not happy about. And I want to say to the brother Chris Webber, man, do you know once your name is out there, all of these people who do these, especially the AI videos.
Every time she brought up her birth history, Jackie either got defensive or shut the conversation down completely. Doug stayed mostly quiet. He didn't argue, but he didn't offer clarity either. His silence only raised more doubts. Eventually, lawyers got involved. That's when Jackie realized her picture-perfect image might not survive. And then, everything took a sharp turn. Chris Webber wasn't supposed to be just another name in this drama, he was the man with the truth. He entered the courtroom with a serious expression, an envelope under his arm, and the weight of 20 years of silence. When the judge called on him, Chris spoke in a steady voice, "This envelope holds the truth we've all been avoiding." He wasn't emotional. He wasn't trying to make a scene. He just looked like a man tired of holding on to secrets.
Trust me, but brother Chris, man, they gonna come up with, they gonna lie about this, they gonna lie about that. It's part of this world called the internet. You really can't believe everything you see on the internet that they say about people, but what the fuck is true?
When the envelope was opened, everyone was shocked. Inside was a DNA test showing a 99.7% match. Chris was almost certainly Chantel's biological father. Along with it were hotel receipts with Jackie and Chris's names on them, dated around the time Chantel would have been conceived. Then came handwritten letters from Jackie to Chris, emotional, vulnerable, and clearly from someone who once cared deeply. One letter said, "You'll always be a part of my heart, no matter what happens." But the most devastating piece was a voicemail. Jackie's voice could be heard pleading, "I just can't tell Doug. You know what this would do to my family." That message echoed through the courtroom. Jackie sat frozen, eyes blinking rapidly, struggling to hold herself together. Doug hung his head low. Chantel gripped her coat and tried to stay strong. Chris then pulled out another letter, one Jackie had written years ago. In it, she said, "Doug can't know. I'll say it's his strong genes. Don't ruin me, Chris." Doug's body jerked at those words. For years, he believed he was Chantel's father.
But that's that. If anyone else that wants some insight and a story or some tools of how to get through the distractions, how to stay focused during the bull, go get my book.
He loved her, raised her, protected her, and now he was finding out it may have all been based on a lie. The pain was too much. He collapsed to the floor before anyone could react. Chantel, overwhelmed, ran out of the courtroom in tears. Jackie tried to speak, her voice shaky and rising in panic. "Your Honor, this isn't," but the judge interrupted her. "Mrs. Christie, sit down. You are out of order. It wasn't a reality show. It wasn't a PR stunt. This was real." Jackie was watching the life she'd carefully built come crashing down. Then, just as everyone was trying to make sense of what happened, Chantel walked back in. Her face was tear-streaked, her makeup smudged, but she looked determined. Without saying a word to her mother or Chris, she walked straight to the judge and handed him a flash drive. "What's this?" the judge asked. "It's something I found last year while going through her storage," Chantel said softly. "I didn't understand it until now." The court took a short break, but the tension didn't let up. When they returned, the judge played the audio from the flash drive. It was another voicemail from Jackie to Chris, this time more angry and threatening. "I swear to God, I will kill you if you tell anyone. Chris, please don't ruin everything I've built." The room went still. Doug stood up, breathing heavily, and shouted, "To cover a lie, you were going to say I assaulted you?" Jackie stayed quiet, her head down. There was nothing left to say. Chantel sat in silence, her voice shaking as she finally spoke. "I just wanted the truth. That's all I ever wanted." Then came the most heartbreaking moment. Doug turned to the judge and said, "I'm filing to have my name removed from Chantel's birth certificate." "You can't do that. You raised her, she's your daughter." Jackie yelled, her voice filled with desperation. But Doug didn't yell back. He just said, "I lived a lie." And that hurt more than any angry outburst ever could. The damage was done. Doug walked out of the courtroom without saying another word. Jackie lost more than just an argument, she lost her family. Later that same day, VH1 released a public statement suspending Jackie from Basketball Wives indefinitely. They said they were dealing with legal and ethical concerns behind the scenes. The fame that once lit up Jackie's life now seemed to be destroying it. But it didn't end there. Chris Webber's lawyers announced they were suing Jackie for years of emotional manipulation, false accusations, and private harassment. He was also seeking retroactive child support, saying he'd been denied a chance to be part of his daughter's life. Jackie tried to spin the lawsuit as just more bitterness, but no one was buying it anymore. Then came the final blow. Federal investigators opened an inquiry into Jackie's foundation. That same voicemail where she threatened Chris was now part of a larger case involving financial fraud, misuse of donations, and false tax reports. Subpoenas were already going out. On social media, the backlash was brutal. Jackie acted like she had everything under control, one person tweeted. Now it's all crashing down. Another said, Doug and Chantel deserve peace. Jackie treated their lives like a script. As for Chris, he didn't smile or wave to reporters. He walked out quietly, hands in his pockets, leaving behind the chaos. Doug requested a legal separation from Jackie in every way, emotionally, financially, and publicly. Chantel looked completely lost. Her world had changed, and she wasn't sure who she could trust anymore. Jackie stood alone. No Doug. No daughter. No show. No sympathy. Everything she fought to protect for decades fell apart in a single week. Chris didn't come for revenge. He came for truth. And in the end, all he uncovered were the remains of a life built on lies. And just like that, Jackie Christie's world built over decades came crashing down in a matter of minutes. What started as whispers and rumors turned into undeniable proof, played out in front of a judge, cameras, and most importantly, her family. Chris Webber didn't come for drama. He came for the truth. And when he brought that small envelope into the courtroom, it didn't just change the narrative, it completely destroyed the one Jackie had been holding onto for years. That DNA test, the letters, the voicemails, all of it painted a picture of a woman who wasn't just hiding secrets but building a life on them. Doug Christie thought he was protecting a marriage and raising his daughter. He stood by Jackie through everything, never questioning her loyalty publicly, even when the rumors wouldn't stop. But now, faced with undeniable evidence that he may have never been Chantel's biological father, Doug couldn't hold it together. The heartbreak was too heavy. And for the first time, the man who had always been calm and composed fell apart in front of everyone. As for Chantel, she walked into that courtroom seeking clarity, just the truth. She didn't want to destroy anyone. She just wanted to understand where she came from. But what she found was something much deeper: betrayal, manipulation, and a mother who had done everything possible to keep her in the dark. That flash drive she found by accident? It changed everything. It showed Jackie's real fear, losing the life she had worked so hard to control. And that's exactly what happened. In one day, Jackie lost her husband's trust, her daughter's love, her position on Basketball Wives, and the support of a public that once admired her strength. VH1 acted fast, suspending her from the show while investigations into her foundation and finances started heating up. Allegations of fraud, misused donations, and false tax filings are now under review. What once made Jackie powerful, her image, her brand, is now the very thing unraveling her life. Chris Webber is moving forward, not with victory, but with closure. He's not just suing for damages, he's fighting to reclaim the years he lost, the relationship he never got to have with his daughter, and the reputation that Jackie tried to tear down in silence. His message was clear: this wasn't revenge. It was justice. Doug, heartbroken and humiliated, is legally removing himself from Chantel's birth certificate. That decision didn't come from hate, it came from pain. A pain so deep that no apology from Jackie could ever fix it. His final words in court said it all: I lived a lie. And Chantel? She's caught between the truth she asked for and the life she thought she had. It's not just about biology, it's about years of feeling like something was off, only to discover it was worse than she imagined. Her voice, quiet but firm in court, said it best: I just wanted the truth. Now Jackie stands alone. No cameras. No husband. No daughter. No network deal. Just silence. She once lived like her world was a reality show, scripted, polished, and in control. But reality doesn't follow scripts. And now, the lights are off, and the mask is gone. What remains is a woman who lost everything, not because of one mistake, but because of years of hiding the truth. And this time, there's no way to spin it. No reunion special can fix what's been broken. No Instagram Live can undo what's been revealed. Jackie Christie's empire wasn't taken down by enemies, it collapsed under the weight of her own secrets. So what do you think? Was Jackie trying to protect her family, or was she protecting herself? Did Chris Webber do the right thing by bringing everything to light, even if it caused so much pain? And can Chantel ever rebuild a relationship with either of her parents after this? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your take. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real stories that go beyond the headlines. We've got more updates coming soon because trust me, this isn't the last we'll hear about the Christie family fallout. Thanks for watching. Stay real, stay informed, and stay tuned.